Precisely. Two best buds. Precisely. Drinking beer and talking about stuff. Precisely. Bo and Tony. Precisely. Playing and reviewing games. Precisely.
How's it going, everyone? This is Precisely Podcast, a podcast about beer and video games. I'm your host, Bo, and with me, as always, we got Tone.
That's right, I'm here, and we have Kelly with us this evening.
Callie, welcome back. How are you?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Doing great.
Sweet.
I miss both of you. Haven't seen you guys in like 2 weeks.
I know. It's been so long.
It's weird.
It's a busy time of year, huh? We're getting into the holidays and everything. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff's piling up.
Work is crazy. I know work is crazy for you right now, Tony, with all the heating and air conditioning stuff.
It is.
Yeah. So what you guys been up to?
You know, gaming.
How's Retro and Rad going?
Going well. We actually just did a install last week of all of our Christmas stuff. So we had like a nice big display and people coming in for a holiday open house last weekend. I got to meet some people. It was really nice.
Awesome.
Cool time. So we've got the place's more fun holiday stuff coming up. So
Cool.
try to promote that too.
How were the Halloween sales, if I may ask?
Good. Yeah, it was good. I mean, October's a slow month in general for anybody who works any kind of retail. You know, not many people are buying things from like August to October.
Yeah.
But November is starting to pick up right away. Like within like 3 days, it was already like lots of stuff was going. So
Awesome.
it was good. It's cool. It's been fun.
Tony, how about you?
Yeah, been busy with work. Been just pretty much playing video games when I get home.
Whoa.
Since there's nothing to do.
Whoa.
Since it's dark out.
He can't mountain bike, so
Yeah.
Since it's dark at 5 o'clock.
yeah.
That's awesome. I'm looking forward to hearing about the games that you have been playing. But let's talk about beer, since sort of this podcast is a beer podcast too. We're drinking on Thomas Hooker Brewery Super Duper Double Citra, which is a double IPA.
On your mark, get set, drink this double IPA.
That's what the can says.
Yes. The can is amazing. It's very nostalgic. It is the lettering and the coloring of the Nickelodeon Double Dare.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Looks like Nickelodeon.
It is. It's the logo, and
It sort of looks like Ren and Stimpy too. Like
Yeah.
the lettering.
I said that.
Did you?
yeah, it's just
Well,
got
I
that.
didn't even
It's
hear
got
you
that
say that
90s
earlier.
Nickelodeon feel to the can.
Yeah.
You know, Double Dare was a great show. I personally loved Gas.
Yeah.
Figure it out. That was a good one.
I liked when the kids got slimed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My go-to watch was Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yeah, that was mine. That's my favorite.
That was
I
one.
wish they would bring that back.
I wish that was the one thing as a kid. I was like, I don't want to do anything else, but I want to get on Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yeah.
I like dreamed about it.
Yeah, me too.
That was good. Blue Barracudas.
Yep. Yeah, there was like, 4 different team colors?
Yeah.
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 I don't remember any of them besides the one you just named. Yeah. Don't worry about
Yep.
it.
Nope. I mean, like I was thinking of them, but I'm trying to match the colors, and I don't
Yeah.
know if I'm gonna get them right. So I don't know. But yeah, that was a good one, and you could always win that Huffy bike or pair of Skechers. So that was a good time.
Yeah, I feel like they had like a N64 that you could win to at some point.
Yeah, but it's usually the bike or the sneakers.
Yeah. Man,
But
bikes
nobody could
back
ever
in the
put
day.
together the damn monkey, so they never won it anyway.
True.
It's 3 pieces.
I know.
So frustrating.
It's frustrating viewing it and being that kid being like, it's so simple, but like I'm sure
When you're in-
like panic attack,
Yeah.
like
You're
you
like
just ran through this whole
7-year-old.
maze, yeah, and you're like, oh my god, what do? I know what to do, but I don't know what to do. My brain is not working.
And you got Olmec yelling at you in the background.
Yeah.
His eyes are lighting up, and temple guards are coming after you.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah, those guards. They were scary.
Good times. It's a good show.
They should bring that back for adults. Like, make the maze a little bit taller and bigger.
You mean like American Ninja Warrior?
No.
Kind of, but
make
not.
it exactly the same.
Yeah.
But, like, bigger size.
Adult size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For millennials, essentially, to run through.
So Nickelodeon for millennials.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
That'd be dope, honestly.
Nickelodeon, contact us for marketing.
Yeah. Even
Anyway.
to have that at, like, a fair or something. Like,
Yeah.
like a big maze, like instead of a haunted house, you have that instead.
A fun house.
Yeah, you like bring that
Fun
around.
temple.
Dude, everyone would be all about that.
It has to exist already.
No, it doesn't.
I bet it does.
No, I feel, is Nickelodeon still around?
Yeah.
All right, what's better, Nick or Disney? Or what did you like more?
Nickelodeon.
I think I was more of a Nickelodeon kid.
Me
Yeah.
too, definitely.
I mean, I did my fair share of Disney, but I think I spent more time. But the other thing was, back in the day, I remember you could get, with our cable package or whatever, the basic cable that you got, my parents' house, you got Nickelodeon, but you
Yeah.
didn't get Disney unless you paid more. So every couple of months when the cable company would try to sell you on it, you'd get Disney free for a month. And I remember that. And I'd be like, oh, yeah, we got Disney Channel. And we could watch it. And then it would go away until, like, I don't know what year it was, like, permanently on the rotation.
Yeah,
Probably
I
when I
felt
was in,
like
like, middle school.
Disney was like younger than Nickelodeon at the time that I was watching both.
I
Like,
felt
I'd-
the same way.
Yeah,
kind of.
like I'd always pass over Disney because I'm like, oh, it's just like an old cartoon or like something like that, or like younger. Like,
I mean, I watched my fair share of, like, Darkwing Duck and Aladdin. They had an Aladdin TV
Was that
show I
Disney?
watched a
'cause
lot
I
of.
love Darkwing.
That was on Disney, yeah.
Oh yeah, I had a fanny pack that I rocked for the longest time as a kid that had a Darkwing.
They
Duck
also
on
had
it.
Gargoyles on Disney. That was a
Yeah,
good
I
show.
love Gargoyles.
Yeah.
Is that where that
Oh,
Game
yeah.
Boy game came from?
Not that one. I don't.
Okay.
That's a different Gargoyles.
Okay.
But the other one had, like,
Yeah,
the,
no, I love that.
the purple and the blue and
Darkwing Duck, better watch out, you bad boys. Darkwing Duck.
yeah, and they had, like, DuckTales, and
Yeah,
it had Chip and Dale, and oh man,
no, Darkwing Duck was where it's at. The color scheme, like the purple and dark blacks and all that.
that's why
Love
they
that.
called him Darkwing Duck.
Hell yeah. Was he like an uncle to like the duck families?
I don't know how he fit in, but I want to imagine that he does.
Yeah, he's like the weird uncle that like
Nobody ever sees, and he
Yeah.
just sends packages on Christmas. He doesn't show up.
they're like, Donald, don't talk to him. Don't talk to your brother. Like, please don't. Don't invite him over.
Yeah.
All right, so about this beer.
About this beer,
I like it.
we're taking the physical challenge with this one.
Yeah.
It says on the can, character, a double dose of dare. Drinking this brew is anything but a physical challenge. The mind-boggling level of Citra hops provides a perfect balance of silky smooth body and a crisp finish. We double dare you to enjoy this brew. And it's 8%. I don't know if you said that already, but
It's good.
Yeah.
I have
It's
to crack it open
refreshing.
now. I was just enjoying the can, just like
Oh, you didn't even open it?
no, I was just enjoying the can art. It
I
was
really
so
like it.
nostalgic.
It's very smooth for a double IPA. It's not overly bitter. My first initial sip felt very thick in the mouth, if that makes sense. All right,
As
Tony.
I'm taking my first initial sip.
Like it
I don't
felt.
know.
Yeah, I don't know, but the
It's
more
a
that
lot
I
of
drink
flavor
of
there,
it, yeah, the
that
more
first
that I
one.
drink, it's very good. It's not like a hazy IPA in any sense, but it has the fruity citrus notes from the Citra hops. I'm
Yeah.
really digging it.
I was gonna say it's very fruity for a double IPA. I feel
Yeah.
like I'm getting a lot of fruit.
And not that many bitters.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No.
It's very smooth.
It's kind of in the back of the mouth,
yeah.
like back of your tongue, kind of bitter, but not
I've
a
definitely
lot.
had bitter beers that are like 5%. You know, I really like it. So
Yeah.
thank you, Thomas Hooker, for hooking us up.
Ha ha.
So I just got a PlayStation 1 kiosk.
Yeah, man.
You haven't seen it yet.
No.
Tony helped me bring it up the stairs. 2 weeks ago, I guess.
Yeah.
Week and a half ago.
Good on you.
Feels like a while since I've had it, but Yeah, it's one of the tallest kiosks that I have. It's pretty wide too, pretty heavy, and somehow we brought it up with ease without dying, so that was nice. Had to replace the TV that was in it. The guy that originally had it uh, had a TV with like an antenna outlet. What are they called? Coaxial or
Coaxial.
coaxial? Yeah. So I was looking for the original Trinitron that came with it. I tested out all the TVs that I had in my basement because I have a bunch of CRTs. Couldn't find anything. So I ended up doing a Craigslist ad for Wanted and pretty much laid out the rules that I needed a 13-inch TV. Trinitron would be ideal. I'll pay top dollar for that. Needs a video input. Doesn't need audio because the audio actually hooks up to the kiosk that plays out the speakers, which is really cool. It's the first kiosk that I have that has built-in speakers to it.
Nice.
Can't have a VCR or DVD player because it wouldn't fit. Blah, 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 blah. So I get this guy that hits me up like literally like 45 minutes after I posted this. He's like, I got the exact TV that you put the pictures up, which I just like grabbed pictures off of an eBay listing. I'm like, awesome, thanks. Where do you live? It was like a half an hour drive. I'm like, how much do you want for it? And I was like, he's like, well, what do you want to pay for it? And I was like, well, the last one I bought was $10, which was the one that I bought off you, Kelly.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
Yeah, great one. And I was like, I'll give you $20 though. And he's like, oh, no way. Like, these go for 65 plus. I was like, I'm not trying to pay eBay prices. What can you do? He's like, 40. I'm like, cool, I'll be there. I'm leaving my house right now. I start driving to his house up north. And for some reason, after I got off the exit for his house, I'm still like 15 minutes away. He was like in the cut. I checked my email and he's like, just so you know, I was taking the TV downstairs and it fell out of my hands from walking down the stairs and now it won't turn on. I'm like, great, thanks, that sucks. I'm going home. He's like, well, I got another one that has a VCR. I'm like, I don't need a VCR. I wanted the one that you had that you broke, but cool. All right. Sure enough, another guy hit me up saying that he had a 13-inch Trinitron. Like a couple days later, we set up a time and date to meet. I got that for 40. He wanted 50, and then all of a sudden he was like, I can't find the remote for it, which he never told me he had a remote anyway. He was like, I'll just do it for 40. I'm like, cool, perfect. That's what I want to pay. Met up with him. This had speakers like built into the sides of it, so it didn't fit the PS1 kiosk. I'm like, maybe I can swap it out for the N64 one. So I'm doing like some modifications on the inside of my N64 kiosk. Does not fit. I'm like, screw it. I'm putting that TV, the one that I just bought, on the Xbox kiosk. I took the old like 1984 Trinitron out of the Xbox kiosk, put it into the N64 one. And the N64 one is the Trinitron that you sold me, Kelly. And that one is the one that actually went with the PS1 kiosk. And it fits perfectly. So I'm like, why didn't I just do this in the beginning? But yeah, I'm really happy. They're all working for the most part pretty properly. And yeah, couldn't be more happier. Everything fits perfectly. I don't think I can fit another kiosk in the room, really. And I'm surprised my wife let me get it. But yeah, we talked about that last week. So, yeah.
Yeah, Bo called me. I don't remember where I was going. I think we were going to the grocery store or something.
No, you were handing out candy, I think you said.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I was outside my car. I was handing out trick-or-treat candy. That's right. And we'd just started trick-or-treat, and I get a phone call like 2 minutes into it, and it's Bo. And I'm like, what's up, man? And he's like, I just got to tell you what happened. I feel like you're the only one who will understand.
Yeah.
And he's like, just so upset over this TV being dropped. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to go pour one out for you.
Yeah.
Like,
I was pissed.
that broke my heart.
Shit happens,
Yeah.
You don't want them all. And, like, yeah, that whole weekend, last weekend, was a shit show with my wife's car getting flash flooded while driving. Then I got hit in a Best Buy parking lot. And then she got sideswiped, like, the day after that. It was just like, wow.
Jesus. People are driving like maniacs around here right now.
Tell me about it. It's a holiday season.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So talking about holidays, are you guys doing any Black Friday shopping?
Definitely not. I never Black Friday shop, and I never will. I can't stand going even to the grocery store when it's crowded.
Yeah.
Dude, we should do it together then.
I'm not even going to be around. I'm going to be in Philly.
We can go.
Okay.
I go Black Friday shopping with people to watch people. I don't go and buy things. Like, my friends will be like, oh, we're going out for Black Friday because I want to get one thing or whatever. And I'll be like, oh, I'll go with you. But I'm not buying anything. I just want to watch people go insane.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, there's some really good deals out there. I don't have them, like, written down or anything, but I've been listening to other podcasts and, like...
There are, for sure.
Shenmue 3 is about to come out, like, next week or, like, in a couple days or something. Price at $60, right? A game that people have been waiting 10-plus years for. Black Friday, they're putting it down to $35 at Best Buy.
Yeah, there's plenty of good deals out there for sure. The other thing is, though, now a lot of these deals are online, too. So I don't have to go to Best Buy to order that. I can just get it online, which I'm probably more apt to do just because I don't want to deal with the lines and the craziness. But, you know.
Yeah, I think Amazon's doing, like, buy 2 games, get 1 free right now.
Really? Like any game?
I'm not exactly sure of the stipulations, but...
There's always stipulations, because I went to Target to do that buy 2 get 1 free game like a couple of weeks ago, and or last week or whatever, and it was like the one of the games that I wanted was not available, and I was like, well, this isn't worth it anymore. Like,
yeah.
So
especially if you have your like eyes set on
right, it didn't
games.
say on the thing like this was excluded. It just said, you know, a couple titles, and they were like, well, any recent release titles, and I'm like, well, what does that include? Like, what are you going up to? What's your recent release? Is it this week, last month? Like, so it's just like, forget it, never mind. I'm not gonna go through this.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Well, I don't know. I might actually work though Black Friday, so maybe I won't. I have a story way back in the day. I was with my sister's, like, rest in peace, like an ex boyfriend. But we went to Best Buy in his old, like, 1984 Corolla hatchback, and there's no parking spots. And we see one, he's like, jump out of the car. I'm like 14 years old. He's like, jump out of the car. Just stand in that parking spot while I like circle around. So I'm standing in this parking spot, and this couple comes up, and they're like, get out of the parking spot, get out. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm 14 years old, you know. And sure enough, like Mike pulls up and gets the parking spot, and I like flick the bird or whatever. Like, I'm just like, whatever, dude. And this guy is just tearing me up. He's like, you mother blah blah blah, just cursing me out. And he's walking in front of us and tells like the security at Best Buy that these guys like us did all this horrific stuff in the parking lot. And the security looks at us and he's like, just stay away from him. And we're like, okay. Like, cool.
Jeez, people
like
get
he got a parking
God.
spot too, you know, like right after us anyway. It's like, don't get so angry. So
People
yeah,
get
no,
so
I don't
mad.
really want to go out, you know.
No.
I don't need anything, but there are some really good deals out there, and I highly recommend people, you know, to check their flyers or online. I know there's a PSVR set for like $199 that like comes
deal.
with like 4 to 6 games and like
It's a
the
nice
motion
deal for
controls.
that.
Yeah, definitely a good deal.
Yeah, I think most of my Black Friday shopping this year, honestly, and how boring it is not going to be for games. It's for, like, house things. Because we, like, want to get, like, a Nest thermostat and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
And it's nice. Like we were waiting for Black Friday. No Nest. No Nest.
I don't recommend it.
Oh, no.
Tony knows the thermostat, so talk to him after.
I just had this conversation with my friend who does HVAC yesterday. He was saying Ecobee, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that what I have?
No.
Oh,
well, the same company used to make that thermostat. But they don't make that thermostat anymore.
What, the one that I have?
Yeah.
I can play Flappy Bird on my thermostat.
What the hell?
No, I'm kidding.
Damn it. I was about to be like, I'm buying that just for
Yeah,
that alone. I don't care what it does.
But I can check the weather, like a 5-day forecast on it, which is pretty cool.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we wanted to get a smart thermostat and stuff and
it's
things
dope.
like that for the house that we were waiting for Black Friday to be like, oh, it will definitely be on sale then or of some discount. So it's going to be like house stuff that we buy online. We're not going to go anywhere for it. But
And Amazon has a great, like refund thing. Like, is Nest an Amazon product by chance?
it's
I don't
Google,
believe so.
Oh,
I
okay.
think. Yeah, I think Nest and Google are a thing.
Okay. Because I know my friend who I work for, he has Blink cameras at work and his house.
Mm-hmm.
And both areas, one of the cameras like broke on him, and it's been like over a year since he's had them, and Amazon's like, return them, here's a label, we'll send you
Nice.
out new ones. So
That's good.
yeah, really cool.
Cool.
What's next? How about the new Sonic trailer? You guys see that?
Well, I fixed my boy.
No, I heard about it. Yeah.
I fixed him. He's looking fresh.
I never really cared. I'm not going to see the
Dude,
movie.
he looked like he was on
Meth.
12 types of cocaine.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know about 12 types of cocaine.
yes, 12 types of cocaine. He
Well,
was
there's only one.
no.
This
12
one,
different
like,
strains of cocaine.
Are there strains of cocaine?
I don't know. People lace it with different stuff, right?
Oh, okay.
So wouldn't you call that different
12
cocaines?
different laces. I was
Anyway.
thinking maybe like 12 different areas that the cocaine came from.
Sure.
I don't know.
I don't know. He was on
Okay.
12 types of cocaine because he
I
was
thinking
messed
meth.
up.
Yeah.
But okay.
Yeah. Well,
Definitely.
He looked scary. For
yeah.
sure, in
His
the original
feet were too
trailers.
tiny. He was too, like, furry. And he was
His fur was
too
like.
humanoid.
Yeah.
His fur looked like if you ran your hand down it, you'd start bleeding. Like
Yeah.
it was too spiky.
Also, like, his legs made me extremely uncomfortable.
Yeah, too skinny.
He just looked like a human, but, like, not wearing pants, so it made you feel like he's naked, and it shouldn't be like that.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that and his eyes were too tiny. They
I
fixed
thought the
him
new
up.
trailer was great, actually.
Yeah, they fixed him up. He looks good.
And like the trailer shows a lot more of like who Sonic is. Like for the people that like kids that might have never played Sonic. You know? Like it's like, oh, he comes from a different planet, which I don't think any of the video games ever said that. But he came from a different planet. He's on Earth now. He's trying to collect rings and be best friends with this human. Whatever. I thought it was cool looking. Like I'm not going to the theater to watch it. Like I'll wait until it's on Netflix or something, or I can stream it. But yeah, good for them.
Yeah, thank you for fixing that.
I think it's funny though that it's coming out on Valentine's Day.
Oh, what a perfect date movie.
Yeah, right. Like who would see that on Valentine's Day?
Well, my birthday's 2 days before Valentine's Day, so I
you're
could
gonna
go
go
for
see
my
it?
birthday.
Okay.
No, I never go. I mean, the only movie I've seen in theaters on my birthday, or like near my birthday, was Deadpool, because it came out on my birthday, the first Deadpool. That was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I usually don't see movies in theaters anyway, so I probably will wait till it gets to Netflix and I watch it from the comfort of my bed.
So I was thinking it's more. I don't know what's rated. Probably PG
probably-
or PG-13.
Probably a PG rating.
Yeah. So if it's PG, it's that mom and dad are dropping the kids off to go see Sonic while they go have a nice dinner date. It's a perfect.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could
Perfect
be.
scenario for that.
Do people drop their kids off at movie theaters anymore, or are they too scared to do that? I don't know.
As long as it's not the Joker movie, I think it's fine.
Ooh.
I just watched that.
Yeah, I didn't see that one yet.
It's not that good. I don't like it, personally.
Again, I'll see it when it comes to Netflix.
Yeah, I streamed it. Not that good.
Oh.
It was alright. It was alright. But not that good.
Didn't make you feel like your world was changed, or
No, the acting was great, and it was just a very like slow, dumb story.
Mm.
Yeah, wasn't a fan. I have Google Stadia up here in my notes. They're coming out next week with 12 games that I'm pretty sure like 11 out of the 12 have already been released like years ago. And they're really like saying they started saying stuff back in the day where, you know, they announced it, I believe, March 19th of this year, that they're having this great cloud gaming service that you can play on your TV, your cell phone, whatever. But every month after that, they come out with being like, well, we can't do this right away. We can't do that. June 6th, they opened up pre-orders for $130, which was the Founders Edition. So it includes a buddy pass that will let you bring a friend along for the ride, but also reveals Stadia won't be a Netflix style all-you-can-eat subscription, but mostly require you to pay full price for games, which is crazy to me. It's like, this is a cloud-based service. Like, yeah, we can digitally buy things on PlayStation Network, you know, but PlayStation Network will be there for a very long time. We don't really know about this whole new Google thing, you know. Bungie reveals on June 15th that Destiny 2 on Stadia will be a closed ecosystem with no cross-platform multiplayer, which is weird.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Because if you're playing on the Stadia, who in the hell's buying a Stadia? Like, yeah, somebody might invest in it, but like, if I wanted to buy this game and I had no other video game console and I wanted to play with my friends, I'm not buying a Stadia because nobody has it.
Yeah.
If I want
don't
to
know
play
anyone that's
multiplayer
buying it.
games,
Yeah.
if I want to play multiplayer games, I'm not doing that.
Exactly. So
Especially with how many games now that you can play across different types of systems.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It should just be like a
Cross-platform.
mandatory thing, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I feel
nowadays.
like it will be in the next couple of years the way a lot of things are going, but yeah.
And it seems like it is, but Stadia right now, like Destiny 2 is like their free game that they're releasing with it.
But that's all that game is all
Exactly.
multiplayer, so
you
nobody's
have to
going to be on it.
You have to be with Stadia people. So July 18th then, Stadia product director reveals that the wireless controller won't support wireless headphones for TV play on day one. Whatever.
Okay.
October 16th, Google is caught adding a disclaimer that you'll initially have to plug a USB-C cable into the wireless controller to use it with PCs and phones, which everything's supposed to be wireless with this. October 22nd, it turns out your Stadia pre-order won't necessarily arrive on launch day because Google isn't shipping them all at once.
Huh.
Yeah. Don't do that. October 24th, then, 2 days later, Google Studio lead Jade Raymond admits it may be several years before a big game takes full advantage of the cloud. Several years?
Yeah.
You're going to go, like, you're going to lose so much money.
This platform, if they do this, the way that they're doing this, if they continue on this trajectory, it's going to tank before it even has a chance.
And then they'll cancel it. You know, and
Yeah.
then everyone that paid the $130 plus $60 for a game that's already been out, you know, on all these other platforms, they don't have it anymore.
Yeah. So Google fucked up in multiple ways here, but there's one major one that I can see that they could have taken advantage of in a way. With Xbox, they have the Game Pass now. You buy this service.
And you can
And
buy
you
it for like $1 now.
Yeah, or like a starting, and then like, so much a month, and you have like access to these games. You
All
don't
of
have to buy them on top of the service. Google should have done something like that. Okay, here, pay this much a month.
Exactly.
And you have access to these titles.
Even if it's, 50 or 40 a month,
Yeah, people are willing to pay that. And it shows because Xbox has
killing it.
succeeded with it, and it's working, and it's a good, for
and
people who don't care about physical media, it's a great option for these people. And I know
Absolutely.
people who I play with on Xbox who have Game Pass and love it.
Yeah.
So I think Google messed up with not following or doing something similar with the Stadia, and instead saying, okay, you have to buy these games for full price digitally.
Yeah.
And
On a
it's
service that hasn't been out yet, that you can't really trust as a consumer yet.
except that it's Google. The only thing you trust about it is that
But
it's Google.
has, like shut down a bunch of their own projects, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, like Google is a household name. It's not like some other companies coming in that hasn't been around.
Yeah, it's a big
You know.
name with a lot of money to throw
Yeah,
around.
so people are going to look at it because it's Google, but I don't think they're going to
I
go
feel
into
like-
it.
like a gamer that, you know, collects this and that, blah blah blah, like you and me, Kelly, right? Or maybe even a gamer that, you know, just plays casually like you, Tony, right? Isn't going to adopt Google Stadia. It's going to be like some dude that sees maybe an advertisement on the bus or something, or in a commercial. It's like, oh yeah, I've been wanting to play video games, and I have a Chromecast, so I just need to buy a controller and then be able to play. Like, it's not for everyone.
Yeah.
And you have to have high speed internet,
Yeah.
which a lot of our country in the United States does not have right now. And it's like, so you're limiting your market only to like major cities.
Yeah. The other thing I feel like is people are going to see this Google Stadia. You know, grandma's going to see an advertisement for it and buy it for, you know, little Timmy. And all of a sudden, little Timmy can't play it because he doesn't have the things that he needs.
Yeah.
Even though grandma
and an
was
extra
like,
$60.
right. And
Yeah.
grandma was like, oh, well, this is a video game system and you buy a video game system and it has everything you need. So it's coming with all these extra things that you need to buy. And I guess people aren't aware of that. And I don't think they would be through just an advertisement. So
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to do as well as they want it to.
So here's the cherry on top. On November 13th, in a Reddit AMA, Google says that at launch, Stadia won't give you that buddy pass for a friend for the first couple weeks. They won't offer Google Assistant features except asking Google to launch a game. They won't stream 4K or HDR to Chrome PCs. Won't offer any games with Key Stream Connect, State Share, or Crowd Play multiplayer and YouTube features. It won't work on Chromecast Ultras that weren't purchased as part of the Founders Edition package until they get a firmware update and more.
So what's it going
It's
to do?
like,
Just collect us?
What are you going to do with it? Yeah,
Yeah.
you got 3 different Tomb Raider games, I think, on it, you know, that you can play. And that's about it.
So it's just going to sit there and look pretty on your shelf. Like,
Or, well, there's nothing really to be on your shelf. It's a newer Chromecast. That's it.
yeah, I mean, like it doesn't make sense. Like if it's not working, push the release date back. I'd rather get something later and have it work completely rather than you release it when you told me to release it and it doesn't work at all.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, available at launch, Destiny 2, the collection. That will be included in the Pro subscription tier. Everything else here needs to be paid for. Got Thumper, which I've played on PSVR. It's a cool game, but it's not like, I think it's like a 3-hour game of that. Kine, which that might be the only exclusive for Google Stadia. It's an independent game. Red Dead Redemption 2. Samurai Showdown. Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. Rise of the Tomb Raider. Shadow of the Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. Guilt. Oh, that's a Stadia exclusive. Guilt. GYLT. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which has been out for like 2+ years. And Mortal Kombat 11, which came out early this year.
Yeah.
It's like, who wants to play this stuff on this new system that might not work because they don't have the internet speed?
Yeah, that doesn't, I mean, and it doesn't sound like, you know, anybody's chomping at the bit to get their stuff on it either.
Yeah,
and
no,
that's
a
the other
lot
thing. If these video game companies and these developers aren't like, oh, let me jump in on this. This sounds like a good idea. Then I don't want to be part of it. Like if these top name games that are coming out aren't going to be on this system, then I don't want it because they don't believe in it, basically.
Yeah.
You know?
A lot of developers are scared to put their game on it because they don't want it to reflect on them as a development team, especially like doing an exclusive game for them.
Yeah.
Like, screw that.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like too many people want
They should
it.
have done a beta test. Like, they come out, hey, this is beta. Hey, we're just trying things out. yeah, you paid $130, whatever, but we're trying things out. Don't worry. Not like, hey, this is it, but literally 80% of the features that we promise you are not going to work for it.
Yeah.
Like, that's the messed up part about it. And it's just bad marketing, you know, like you promise all this stuff and then you take it all back. It's like, all right, Indian giver. Like,
Yeah.
why?
Nobody wants a product that doesn't perform the way it should, and I feel like that's the bottom line here on
Yeah.
the Stadia. So hopefully
Absolutely.
they can get their stuff together and fix some things, and it's okay for whoever's dumped the money in it already.
Yeah.
But I won't be.
I won't be either. How about you, Tony?
Probably not.
No.
Nobody's riding the Stadia hype train here.
Not precisely. Let's get down to the games we played. Tony, you start us off because we haven't heard from you in a while about games that we played.
Well, I got the new Call of Duty,
Hell yeah.
and it's freaking dope.
Tell us more.
It's super fun. The story mode in it is great. It's like present day, and I don't know, there's just some really, I don't want to spoil any of it, but there's some really cool parts where you like play like a child in a war zone, essentially, in the Middle East.
Oh God.
And I mean, you go through it. And so I did just learn that, and I don't think I had this turned on, but if you go in your menu, Kelly, before you play it, you can turn it on so it's like shows more, if you're into it, shows more like bloodshed and like vulgar stuff. You know, so it's
graphic.
Automatically turned off. Yeah, like I think in the older Modern Warfares,
You could turn it off it yourself. Yeah.
I think it was already on.
Okay.
Like you see people's heads get blown off, even when you play online and stuff or whatever. But it's automatically turned off now. But I wish I would have had it turned on. I don't know. I like it.
Well, you could
Not that-
replay it. How long was the campaign?
Maybe 3 hours, and then
That's
so you
not
beat the
long.
regular campaign, and then there's a special ops
Campaign.
feature. Yeah, I didn't try that yet.
Okay.
I just jump. I always play the story, and then I go to online.
You
There we
know,
go.
remember us talking about the Call of Duty and there's an extra feature on the PS4 opposed to the Xbox?
Yeah.
I think the special ops is that extra feature.
That would make
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the story mode's sick, and so the online gameplay I think is great. I think they took like Modern Warfare 2 and made it the best game it could possibly be.
Is it the same levels and stuff as the original?
No, none of the maps are the same.
Okay. They just use the same name.
But I think it would be cool if they bring some back. And well, everyone wants to see a Modern Warfare 2 remake. Like that's
Well, I mean, we got that, didn't we?
no, that was Modern Warfare.
1.
Yeah, but
okay.
like Modern Warfare 2 is like
The 1.
the Call of
yeah,
Duty.
that's the one that I played the
I want
most
to
of.
see a 3 remake.
There was a third one.
Well, you're the only one.
Guys, no Russian. Don't you remember that?
No.
Oh God. That was like the
Is it
mission where you have to go in the mall and just shoot civilians.
Are you? I don't think that was 3. I think that was 2.
I'm pretty sure it was 3.
I don't know.
I'm like 99.9%
I've
sure it was
never
3.
played a campaign of Call of Duty. I would just always go to multiplayer.
Well, if there's one you should play, from my experience so far, it's this one.
Okay.
I'm excited to play it.
Yeah.
I just picked it up today.
Nice.
And
For PlayStation
Xbox.
4.
And I'm looking forward to it because I know a lot of my friends have it, so I want to get in on it now.
Yeah, you'll enjoy it. And I haven't played Ground War yet, but I've heard that it's like awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So I
That's
think
like when you have the most.
it's like a
characters.
bunch of people, and you can get tanks and trucks and
Oh,
stuff.
damn.
Okay. So
And the maps are bigger.
is this cross-platform then? You can play with Xbox people.
Yeah, you can play
Yeah, I
with
think
PC,
so.
Xbox. Yeah, so what it is, basically they have their own, like Call of Duty has its own kind of server thing. So you have like your username or whatever, your whatever they call
Gamer
it.
tag, yeah.
Gamer tag. And so you can change it in Call of Duty's thing. So you could have your PlayStation gamer tag, but it'll be different in Call of Duty.
Bong Ripper 69.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your mom sucks.
yeah.
420.
But yeah, it's sweet.
XX.
XX.
One X is lowercase, one is capital
Yeah,
S.
hell yeah. It has to
Edgy
be.
as hell.
Well, the first X has to be capital, and then the second
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
So the only thing is they match you with other people using controllers. Because I guess you
Oh,
can
what?
use if you
Oh,
can
like a
use a
keyboard.
keyboard with your PlayStation.
Oh. I think you can do it with Xbox too.
Yeah, I had
yeah.
no idea, but I just learned that like the other night. I was watching videos.
Can I use my Dreamcast keyboard?
Probably
If you
not.
try hard enough and believe in yourself.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be a pain in the
That
dick.
dial-up modem. Yeah. I don't think there was a Call of Duty on Dreamcast, actually.
No.
Definitely not.
No, definitely not. Absolutely not.
Well, it was the same era when the original Call of Duty came out.
No.
No.
PS2?
No. It wasn't PS2.
PS2, the
It
original
was the
Call of Duty
original.
came out for.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Actually, when I was,
Dreamcast was before PS2 though.
when I
That
was
was like
looking up
PS1.
Game of the Year stuff, I'm pretty sure the original Call of Duty won Game of the Year.
I think you are correct.
Yeah, for PS.
Because it really
yeah.
set the stage.
Yeah, of like what a
for a first-person
first-person
shooter.
shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, the game's super dope.
Dude, that's dope. It makes me
excited.
want to play it. I don't have room on my PS4 to.
Yeah, but you
download
should just
anything.
buy it, bro.
Yeah, just
Bro.
buy it, bro.
I can buy it, but then I have to delete like what 3 games to actually download it.
So
Tony and I'll be doing cross-platform play. Get on it.
So yeah, with her being on Xbox, you being on PS4, can you?
I'm pretty sure we
have
can
her
play
as
together.
a friend.
Yeah,
I'm
but it's
pretty
not
sure it's
through
through-
PlayStation. It's through
Call of
in-
Duty.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty okay. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Blizzard took in the last Call of Duty that came out. So I think it's on like a Blizzard server.
I'm not
now.
sure. I'm not sure.
I think that they
I mean,
like
that
took
makes
them.
sense.
They took
possibly.
them in, so it would provide that cross.
Did Blizzard do this one? Did they produce this one?
No.
I
I
know
don't
it's
know,
like
they
the
did-
Treyarch Infinity Ward, like
Right.
the original.
But
People-
Blizzard
But
is
if they're
somehow
running the
in on it.
server, if they're running the servers, which are
That
already
might be it, then.
cross-platform for other games that they produce, it makes sense. It's like, hey, we already have these servers. Like, you can do the same thing with this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they did, in my opinion, they did everything right.
It's good.
Yeah.
Just wait till you play it. You'll notice a bunch of differences. I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm excited. Yeah, I was gonna hold out, and then I was like, no. I was like, I'm gonna beat Luigi's Mansion soon, so I'm gonna want something to play.
So tell us about Luigi's Mansion.
Oh man, dude, I've been playing so much. Actually, the last couple of weeks, it's been nice.
Have you not beaten it?
No, not yet, because I've been playing a bunch of stuff. I was playing.
Well, tell me about Luigi's Mansion.
Okay, so Luigi's Mansion 3 is fantastic. I think I'm probably a little over halfway, maybe
How
like
many
60%. Like 1.5 right now.
1.5 hours at 60%.
I think so, because I'm only on like floor 7 or 8, and there's not that many floors left. It looks like.
You've
Well-
only played 1.5 hours.
I'm pretty sure that's what it said this morning
Wow.
or this evening when I was
Oh
on. it.
wow. Okay.
I mean,
I thought it was a longer game, like 10 hours, because the original one was like only like a 5-hour game.
yeah, it's not. I don't feel like it's long. It's a pretty
Okay.
short game,
Okay.
but it's so well done.
Okay.
So well done. I am
so?
so happy with this. Like, we waited so long. The Luigi's Mansion fandom have waited so
Yeah.
long, and they definitely did it justice on the Switch. It is so fun. I got it, and I didn't get to play much of it, and then my cousin came over with her son, and he came over and he saw my game room for the first time, and he about hit the floor.
Yeah.
He's like 8 years old now, and he just like, you could see his eyes get like visibly larger as he walked in.
Was he the Mr. Game and Watch that you sent me a
Yeah.
picture of?
Yeah, he was Mr. Game & Watch for Halloween.
Yeah, that was a dope.
And I was like, did
Dope
anybody
costume.
know who you were? And he was like, no.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he had like
So
little,
he's a nerd. He's a young nerd.
he's a young Nintendo fan for
That's
sure.
dope.
He's yeah. And he came in and he was just like, you could, and my cousin was like, oh, you think you like it? Like, what do you think? Are you excited? And he was like, yes, it's okay. You could like hear him just like trying to be like, no, this is cool.
Yeah.
This is fine. You know, just like I was like, well, do you want to play something? I just got Luigi's Mansion. And he was like, oh yeah, I haven't played that yet. So I let him sit down and start his own save file on it. But then I played it for a while after, and I've just been like enjoying it as I go along, but it's so fun. I really like so you basically, the story is that you get a trip to this hotel and you go, and it's Peach and Toad and Mario and Luigi and everybody's there. They get to the hotel, and all of a sudden the hotel is like taking the people and putting them into pictures. And you
sounds like Paper Mario.
Yeah, basically. And so you have to free them. And so the boos are involved now. The hotel owner is like a ghost, and there's ghosts in the hotel, and then the boos are involved. They're also in the hotel. So
the boos are the enemies, or no?
Yes, and but then there's also like other ghosts,
friendly
like
boos.
No.
Or friendly.
No,
ghosts.
not friendly ghosts. They're like enemy ghosts, and then there's enemy boos as well.
Okay.
So you've got a little bit of both. But you get to go through this hotel, and it's so intricate. There are so many floors, and each floor has like a different theme. I just beat, I don't remember what floor it was. I was just on a castle floor. It was like an entire castle within this floor of the hotel.
That's cool.
And then there's like a music one that I was in. There's a garden one. There was like all this other, it's just crazy that the amount of detail they put into each floor, and the map of each floor, how intricate it is, how many hidden things there are, like just the stuff you can do. And you also have in this game the ability to use Luigi, which is the goo version of him.
Yeah.
And he can go into like different places, and he can like evade attacks because he doesn't really take like shooting damage from arrows and things.
The only thing that hurts him is water.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Yeah. So it's also with that, it's like a puzzle aspect too, is you have to use Luigi in a way that you get the stuff, the extra like gems and things. But, you know, there's the puzzle because you got to go around the water, you got to use these grates, you know, etc. So it's really cool because you've got the puzzle aspect of it while you're also like searching and capturing ghosts and things like that. So I'm really, really super enjoying it a lot. And I'm going to go back and play more tonight. I was playing more before I came over, and I got caught up in it.
Have you played multiplayer on it? Because I heard that's amazing.
That's one thing that I want to do, and I haven't yet.
Okay.
I was going to... So...
I heard it's so much fun.
I've heard it's super fun. So
it's
went...
very hard.
Yeah. We went to Dave & Buster's last weekend.
Nice.
For the first time. I finally went.
Where's my invite? Because I love Dave & Buster's.
We went with some friends from Scott's friends. And
Scott, hit me up next time.
We'll bring you along. We'll go back for sure. I'd never been. This is our first time.
Yeah, it's a lot
It was
fun.
overwhelming, first of all.
I just got another gift card, or like a card.
Play card
like
or whatever.
PowerPoints or whatever.
Yeah.
From a car that got totaled that we got from work. So I don't know how much money's on it, if there's any. I'm excited to find out. I'm hoping there's
We'll go back.
At least $100 on it.
Yeah, we had like a Groupon. It was like
nice.
All you could play, like the blue swipe games. We played like a lot of Mario Kart. We played like some other stuff. I played
Mario Kart, super fun.
Mario Kart was fun. I kicked his butt.
Yeah.
But we played something else that was... Oh, we played the Time Crisis that was there, Time Crisis 5.
Nice.
But then we played Luigi's Mansion Arcade.
I could not do it.
Oh, it's so fun.
I didn't understand
I
it.
had such a good
right
time.
Away.
Well, that's the thing is, like, me being a Luigi's Mansion, like, player, I knew what the idea was. But Scott, who doesn't or hadn't played, was like, what the heck do I do? I was like, well, you have to flash him with the flashlight. Then you have to suck him up. And he was like, what? And I was like, so you have to have that, like, mentality of, like, flash and suck. That's terrible. But, you know, like, so... I was like, well, now we can, you know, now that you kind of have the idea, we can go play the multiplayer. So once we get some free time, we're going to try the multiplayer out and see how he does with that. Because I definitely beat him on the arcade games at Dave & Buster's.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So Luigi's Mansion is A+.
yes, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I'd say it's like a 10 out of 10 game for me so far. It's really fun. Just a lot to do.
Cool. So last podcast, my wife was on, and we talked about Ori and the Blind Forest. We finished it shortly after that podcast recording, and oh my god, it was such a great game. Like, seriously, the best game that I played this year. It was so demanding of you. Being a gamer, like knowing the controls of it, knowing how to maneuver as a character and everything. But it also just had like the most heartwarming story too, where my like wife touched on it. Like, the enemy wasn't necessarily the bad guy. Like, she was just angry because shit happened to her babies, you know? And there was like rebirth, everything. Like, we were both like sort of in tears at the end. I wasn't, but she was, but I'm gonna say I was. But amazing game. Pretty sure the Switch version is like the definitive version. So it has some extra areas. It also has like 2 extra moves that my friend told me about. I Hog Not. Shout out to you. He told me like there's 2 extra moves with the definitive version. I'm like, I used every move so much. Like, I don't know how people could have played this on Xbox without using these 2 moves. You know, like, that's crazy to me. But amazing game. I highly recommend it to anyone. Probably took us like 30 to 35 hours to complete it, but really good. I've also been chipping away at Yakuza 0. I went back to that and absolutely love it. It's a very sexualized game, though. A lot of it deals with you being this other character, the second character that's not the main character, but the second character that has an eye patch, and he runs this club where like girls talk to guys and like flirt with them and get them excited or whatever. But then there's like guys who will stop you on the street being like, oh, you know, this girl, like, I need to go wank my meat thinking about her, like weird stuff like that. And like, as much as I'm weirded out by it, I'm also like, Japanese culture's fucking amazing. Like, this is great. So I'm enjoying that as well. I also almost beat Pokemon Red Chapter. I'm at the last 4 like leaders at the, what is it called?
Elite Four.
The Elite Four, yeah. So I'm there. It started bugging out on me real hard where the game would freeze, and because it's a ROM hack on a cartridge, luckily like you can save beforehand and go back to your save, but like I had to do certain things like I couldn't like go heal my Pokemon then go up to the store, otherwise it would freeze. Like, I had to talk to like 2 people before going through the store so it wouldn't freeze. It's weird.
Yeah.
But I'm almost there. I'm going to beat that soon. I'm looking forward to finishing that game because it is literally probably my favorite Game Boy Pokemon game that I've ever played, and it's a ROM hack. It was just very well done. Congrats to the creator that made that because you did an amazing job. I also started playing Star Ocean Blue Sphere for the Game Boy Color, which just got an English translation for it from Fishy Face Games. Go follow him on Instagram. But he did a great job. I don't think it was him that translated it, but he got someone to translate it, and he made a cartridge of it. And it might be my favorite Game Boy Color game. Kelly, like, you would love this game, and I just saw that he's making more of them. He only came out with 50 of them, and there's going to be more of them, supposedly. But it's an action RPG game where once you get into battle, you have to be attacking the whole time. Otherwise, you'll probably die. Like, you can just keep tapping A with it, which will do different moves, or B, which will do like a special move and take MP. But you can do like up A, up B, left B, like whatever. Like, it'll do different moves, which is really cool. But it's very story driven game. It's good story. The graphics are amazing for the Game Boy Color. So really enjoying that as well. And then on top of that, I started playing since we beat Ori and the Blind Forest. My wife and I started playing Yooka Laylee and the Impossible Lair on the Switch.
Is that fun?
It is. I haven't played much. I got to probably beat the first 2 to 3 levels. It's very similar to Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. But it's also different because it has an overworld where you can collect different feathers and notes and things like that to unlock more stuff. The great thing about this game, the Impossible Lair, is that it immediately takes you to the last level in the beginning. And it's like, here, you can try to beat this, but you'll die. You're going to die. So each level that you beat, you get a bee, and a bee will give you an extra life. So then you can go back to the last level, or the final boss level, the Impossible Lair is what it's called, to try to beat it. So, after getting 3 lives or 3 bees, you got 3 hits in, and I think there's 36 to 40 different bees that you can collect. So, yeah, so many hits until you can eventually beat the final level. But it's cool that it allows you to go to it right away or whenever you want to. The thing I don't like about it is that it tells you how many attempts that you've already done it. It's well, damn. I just tried it 3 times without having any bees, but I thought maybe I could do it. Really fun. It's slower than Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, which I don't like. The movement with it. I'm more so fast-paced platformers where you're just jumping, shaking, this and that. This is slower movement, so...
Did you play you played the first one, right?
Tropical Freeze?
No, the first ukulele.
Yeah, the 3D one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually liked it, and a lot of people didn't like it.
There was something off about it for me. I love platformers, and I bought it, and I was like, oh, this will be the platformer. And then I played a little bit of it, and it just, didn't hook me like I thought it would.
I got to the 5th world on it, and I think something else came out, and I started playing that. But, I could easily go back to that, jump into it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good 3D platformer.
I have to give it another shot, but I was thinking about that second one.
I think a lot of people hated on it online, that it put a bad taste in everyone's mouth that either tried it for a little and then was like, no, everyone else hates it. I don't want to finish this. I remember, when it first came out, I was so hype about it because when it was first announced, it was going to be announced for the Switch, too.
Yes, I waited for it for the Switch.
And that's when, the Switch hardly had any games. It's when the Switch first came out, and I'm itching for games. I bought all these, dumb games for the Switch in the beginning of its year because all there was Breath of the Wild. And I mean, there was some good games that came out, but it was so one
I just
a
needed
month.
a platformer.
Yeah, so I was very hyped for it, and I absolutely did enjoy it, even though there were so many other great games that were out once it did come out for the Switch. I didn't buy it for the PS4, but a lot of people said it was a broken platformer, and I disagree. It's a 3D platformer. They weren't ever really that great of games to control and to maneuver in. None of them were. We were just used to it back in the day on N64 games and GameCube games, where it's all right, you missed this platform 100 times. I was playing Super Mario Sunshine and hating the controls on it because it doesn't move how you want to. But you eventually learn how to play the game and how it works, and you get good at it. That's just what it is. So, yeah, no, I'm a fan of the first one. I probably will finish it. But yeah, no, the second one is definitely better. It's a 2.5D platformer, and it's a great, it's exactly like Tropical Freeze. No lie, it is. It's just a little bit slower, which that's my only downfall on it.
Sounds good. I might have to try it out then.
There's no time limit. There's so many different pieces, like puzzle things that you can like find, like secret areas, all that.
Nice.
Yeah. Tony, you play any other games?
I played a little bit of Fortnite for the first time ever.
So he's just yelling at 12-year-olds left and right.
Yeah. That's why you want headphones.
You know, the most disappointing thing about Call of Duty
Yeah.
is that there's not nearly as much shit talking in the lobbies.
Does anybody play their music like extremely loud
Nope.
through the
No, I
microphone
used to do
anymore?
that all the time.
That stuff, none of that stuff happens anymore because
We have
you
truly
can get
lost
banned for it now.
Culture, taste. Oh.
Oh.
Because they, I guess, can like record the conversations and like go back. So if you're like, oh, you know, you're gay and your mom sucked my dick or something, you know, someone will report you.
God.
Jeez.
Well, that's very like soft core for Call of Duty.
Oh, I
trash
know.
talk.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, we
There
do
was-
live in 2019 now.
There was a
so-
reason I never got on a mic when I played Call of Duty because the
Oh,
second
I'm sure girls got
the
it.
second I said anything, they were like, "What the hell?" I was just like, "All right, this is why I don't play with mics."
But for me, I mean, that was one of my favorite parts of playing Call of Duty was the trash talk.
Yeah, I used to put my girlfriend on the microphone
Oh yeah, and my friend
while
did
I
that
played
too.
it and beat everyone. They're like, "How are you winning? You sound so cute and this and that. Like you suck." And it's like, yeah, well, guess what? Her boyfriend's beating your ass.
But I mean, you get a very tiny amount of it. I don't know. It's just it's not
And
what
then
it used
what?
to be. in
Then
that
they get
respect.
blocked or what? Or you've been blocked on it?
No, I haven't been blocked.
He's trash talking the
Yeah, how do you
12-year-olds.
know? Yeah.
No, you just
12-year-olds
it's
are
not the
trash talking
same.
him.
You know.
I mean, I think that's a good thing. I know that you and Tyler were like loving that whole conversation that we had on a previous
Yeah,
podcast.
no, that's an important part of it. But anyway, I was talking about Fortnite. I
Back to
started
12-year-olds.
started playing because a friend of mine moved away, and that's the game he likes to play. So I started playing with him, and then another friend of mine lives in Washington State, so I get to play, you know, with both them. It's like we're hanging out, you know,
Yeah.
and you just go around, get dropped off, and then you like go scavenge for stuff, and then you basically are, you know, 3-man, 4-man team, and you go.
So you're playing the like new updated one
Yeah.
that they release.
Yeah.
Have you fished in it yet? Because you're a fisherman.
Can fish
no.
in Fortnite?
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
you
you
get
can
it.
fish in the.
I
new
don't
one.
really know all the rules or anything
What?
yet.
Yeah,
but-
so you can like fish for like better weapons or something. I heard.
I don't know if it's weapons, but I think you can eat the fish to give you
Oh, I didn't
health.
know there was even fish. I thought it was just weapons.
Maybe
that
you can
come out.
fish for weapons. I don't know. You can swim like a fish, like a dolphin.
Oh wow.
And you can do any
Wait, you can
various
swim
It's
like
dance.
a dolphin?
It's alright. I don't want to talk about it too much because everyone knows about Fortnite, and it's really
not
not.
Not everyone knows about this update, and I'm pretty sure a lot of our listeners don't know about.
Well, it's
Fortnite.
free, so they can go play it.
There you have it, folks.
It's alright. You know, I
It's
think
not a Call of Duty.
I'm not going to play it by myself, but I play
Yeah.
it because my buddies got it. But now I
Exactly.
convinced them to get Modern Warfare, so.
There you
Good.
go.
There you go.
I don't know much about Fortnite. I tried it. I'm not a battle royale person, so
Yeah.
I didn't keep going with it. All I know is what my kiddos tell me, and they all just do the dances
Yeah, the
and talk
dances.
about different characters. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
All
get that.
flossing
I
all
don't
the
get all that.
time. All
Yeah.
orange justices. All of them yelling about taking L's.
Yeah. Any other games you played, Kelly?
So I was on a VR kick for a little while too. I got Beat Saber, I got Super Hot, and I got Fruit Ninja
Nice.
for PSVR, and I've been playing those interjectedly, and they're super fun. So I'm looking forward to having people over, in the holidays and playing some stuff like that together, and it'll be fun. But it's Beat Saber is a good time just to do something different. Super Hot's fun.
Super Hot's great.
And Fruit Ninja, I just love Fruit Ninja. I
didn't
always love that
realize
game.
was for VR.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
my
saw
wife
it.
loves
I saw it and I was like, what? And I was like, I have to buy this because my sister and I used to play Fruit Ninja all the time. And
Yeah.
I texted her and I was like, hey, just so you know, when you come home for the holidays, I have Fruit Ninja for VR. And she was like, that's a thing? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
So you have 2 samurai swords or whatever, and you're just like slashing the fruit in front of you.
So you use the motion controllers.
Yeah.
Cool.
But the thing is, like, the fruit is just out of, like, peripheral vision, so you kind of have to turn a little bit. Because, like, if you get a drop, that's a X, and you get, like, 3 X's, and you're done kind of thing. But
you can't move back to see more of it?
Not really. I couldn't. I mean, I couldn't. It was, it's really fun, though. I had a lot of fun with it, so I recommend that. But yeah, that's, I don't think I've been doing too much else in the land of video games. This have been my majors for the past 2 weeks.
Nice. Well, I'm excited to play more games. Coming up this week, I really want to get Death Stranding and stuff. I've heard a lot of good things on it.
I want to get that controller.
Yeah,
the yellow one.
That thing is sick.
I know, me too. But, yeah, before we talk more about that, let's do our giveaway secret code this week for the limited edition see-through pink Sega Saturn controller from Limited Run. What should our secret code be?
Mouse nickel.
What?
Mouse nickel?
Nickel or mickle?
Nickel.
Mouse?
Nickel.
Nickel.
Just nickel.
Mouse. Nickel. What is that from?
Nothing. I just
Just
made
put
it up.
2 words
All right,
together.
yeah. Mouse nickel is the secret code. That's mouse,
Kelly, you can pick next
M-O-U-S-E.
week's.
Oh, I've got it already.
Nickel. DM us at Precisely Podcast on Instagram to be entered into our giveaway. You can listen to our last podcast for that secret code. I'm not going to give it to you. Don't mention it, Tony. But, yeah, you have a chance for every podcast until this controller comes out for a chance to win it, which they're sold out. There was only 2,000 made, and I'm pretty sure the price on it is going to skyrocket real soon once they do actually get released.
Woo woo.
So let's talk about our Game of the Year predictions. Before we start talking about it, before we get into any of the games, do we think that any Nintendo game will be Game of the Year?
No.
Man, I want Luigi's Mansion to be.
Yeah,
no.
but no, right? I don't think so. The only one that I was thinking might be Game of the Year contender would be Fire Emblem Three Houses.
I don't even think that'll be.
I heard such great things about it.
Yeah, I didn't play it, but I also don't think that a Fire Emblem game is going to win Game of the Year.
Yeah.
No, it's going to have
It's
to
a
be
very-
something big.
It's a very niche game.
And like Breath
Fire
of the
Emblem.
Wild won in 2017.
Yeah, yes, but that's a different
It
kind
was
of
an
play
amazing
style.
game, yeah.
Like Fire Emblem is its own style. Like, you have to
Not
want
that
to play.
many- yeah, not
You
that
have
many
to want to
people
play that
play it,
way. It's not just a game where you go get stuff and walk around and whatever.
Yeah.
Like Breath of the Wild was, which is like most games.
I feel like 2019 wasn't that great of a year for video
There
games.
was a lot
there's
of-
a lot of great games, but they're all very niche.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
with certain groups. That
it's
like
gonna be
those games.
hard. Like last year, there were so many big titles that just came out and just like rocked, and just it was hard to choose
Yeah.
one.
Well,
This year,
yeah.
there's so many good games, but it's hard to pick because they're all good in like a separate way. It wasn't like a big title that like
Yeah.
just shone above 2019 for me.
Tony, can you look up like the most bought game in 2019?
Yeah, I'll look it up. But my guess is going to be, even though I haven't played it, I'm going to go Death Stranding, just because I feel like there's been so much hype around it, and that's probably half the battle.
I don't think it will be. I think it will be a contender, but
Yeah,
I don't
I don't think it's
I
gonna
don't
win.
think it's going to win. I think there was a lot of critics and people that were just like, nope, not for me. Like, they played 3 hours of it, and they're like, not for me. This is a walking simulator. And other people have played it being like, this is a groundbreaking game where Kojima did things that nobody would ever think of doing in a video game. And I don't think any of us have played the game yet. I'm very hyped to play the game. I'm sort of waiting for Black Friday sales or trade-in sale or, Chronicles of a Gamer. Shout out to you, man. He's a listener of ours. He gave me his Best Buy rewards gamer pass code or whatever, so I can get 20% off games. So I might do that to get Death Stranding.
Yeah, I think Death Stranding, it was hyped so much. It's also a
It's
Kojima
so
game,
hyped,
so
yeah.
people know who it is by.
Yeah.
You've got Norman Reedus basically featured directly on everything. It's like you have all these big pieces, and I don't know if they come together for everybody. I think everybody wants it,
Yeah.
but then when they get there, I don't know if everybody likes it.
Yeah.
I definitely, I'm peaked. My interest is peaked. I want to check it out for sure. I'm not like a diehard Kojima fan or anything. That's not, but I want to, like, I'm intrigued by it. I'm intrigued by the story idea.
I definitely want to play it.
And like what I've seen, I want to give it a shot, but I don't know if it's going to be game of the year.
I think it will be a contender.
I'm changing my prediction.
Uh-huh.
And so the most purchased retail and digital game of the year so far.
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Wrong, but it's on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
It's Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Okay.
I figured that would be.
That's always, Call of Duties will always be the most purchased game.
Yeah.
And I figured that.
But it's not going to win Game of the Year. Next is NBA 2K20,
No,
not
it's
going
not
to win
gonna
Game of the Year.
Yeah.
Next, Madden, not
Not
going
going
to
to
win. Next, Borderlands.
And that's what I was going to say. Do you think, like, Kelly, you're the one that has played the new Borderlands. Do you think that's a contender?
It could be a contender, but I don't.
Okay, so
I don't know if it'll win Game of the Year.
I don't think so because number 5 on the list is Mortal Kombat.
I don't think that's a contender at all.
You don't think so?
I don't
I
know
feel
if
like
it's gonna win.
That game made a big impact.
No.
But it's only for people who wanted
They're like
Mortal
fighting
games.
games. And I heard there was a good story with it, but like, no.
I had no interest in buying
Has a
it.
fighting game like that ever won Game of the Year?
I don't know.
I personally don't think so.
I don't.
Like, you need like a very like first person.
But they did all those crazy animations on it and stuff.
It doesn't matter. That
Yeah,
doesn't make it Game of the Year. Like, Game of the Year is, to me, is like the mass majority bought this game, played this game, and loves this game. Like, think about the past 2 games that won Game of the Year.
Call of Duty?
No, I'm thinking God of War last year,
Yeah,
which was phenomenal. Like, you could play that game, and it was like mind-blowing how amazing it was. Throwing that axe, it coming back to you, like everything just worked seamlessly. There was no cutscenes, or not cutscenes, but there was no like loading screens unless you died. Like, Red Dead Redemption 2 was right on its tail, and it didn't win, you know, because God of War just like killed it. Like, it was just such a seamless, great game. The year before that was Breath of the Wild. Such a beautiful, amazing game that you're like, how is this on a small little Switch card? Like, how can we see all these amazing graphics, amazing gameplay, amazing item inventory management? Like, everything just worked out so fluidly. I don't think we have a game like that for 2019, unfortunately.
We'll see.
Not a game that I've played.
Not a game that I've played. I mean, things have been. I mean, we talk about Nintendo. You talk about their year looked like, Luigi's Mansion, fantastic game. However, I don't know if it would win a Game of the Year.
It's just even in the running.
It's just like such.
Link's Awakening. No, it's a great game.
I think it's a fantastic game, but it's technically a remake. I don't think that will be a contention for.
So what about Resident Evil 2? Because I haven't played that.
I didn't play it.
Everyone has said this is the best game that they played this year, but it's also a remake.
It's also a remake. I don't know. That's the other thing is, like, you're just remastering it.
But they remastered it so well that it's almost a new game.
I don't know how. I don't know because I didn't play it, and I don't. Yeah. I mean, I also don't know, like, when they go to be like Game of the Year, do they count remasters?
What's
like,
the criteria?
Yeah. Like, do they even say, oh, well, let's take this into account because it's a game that was already released? Like, I don't know if they would do that because technically you already have a fan base for that game.
Yeah.
That gives it a leg up kind of thing. So I don't know. I would think they wouldn't count it, but I could be very much wrong.
I don't know.
That's just if I was in charge.
It definitely won't go by who buys the most or how most copies sold.
No, definitely not, because like you can look at Gears 5, which I've heard is an amazing game too.
Yeah.
But so many people played that on Games Pass, at
Right.
like the $1 a month level or whatever.
Yeah.
But it also sold very well too. Like it didn't sell that well because it's on Games Pass. But so many people played it and loved it, like absolutely loved it. My tattoo artist has like the giant gun from the game, like like a model version of the gun.
I heard Gears 5 was fantastic.
Yeah.
I just don't play Gears, and I don't know if that would even be something that. But the other thing I was thinking about is like, what did I play this year that?
Well, you played Kingdom Hearts 3.
Right, and that's why I was thinking back, and I was like, oh well, that came out this year. It was an early release in the year.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't even put that in because
I heard it wasn't that great.
it was a fine game. I mean, like I beat it but there was just so much cutscene, and like the Kingdom Hearts story is just so wild to follow, and I felt like there could have been some other things that they did with like the worlds and stuff like that. Like they could have done differently, but
yeah.
I mean, the combat style was Kingdom Hearts combat. Like it wasn't anything groundbreaking, even though it was a game that everybody had been waiting for 13 years or whatever, you know. It wasn't a game of the year. Like, it just wasn't groundbreaking. It was just Kingdom Hearts that we waited way too long for, basically.
Yeah. And with, waiting too long for a video game, Shenmue 3 is coming out real soon. I really highly doubt that will be game of the year either.
Yeah, I don't know.
Especially looking at 1 and 2, like...
Yeah,
they're very dated games, and I heard this third one, the people that have played it, it's still pretty dated, like the whole like English translation is still very humorous, hearing these people talk, being like, okay, all right, I'll go over there to check that out,
Yeah.
Which made those games great back in the day, but nowadays it's like, no, I want good voice acting,
Yeah.
So what about like Sekiro Shadows Die Twice? Like we haven't played it. Great game, but that was a very niche game as well.
That was like the people who are looking for that that like thrill of like that hard gaming, like Dark Souls and things like that. Things that are just it's hard to play, or it's a harder difficulty and that kind of stuff. I didn't play it, but I heard fantastic things about it. But again, it's just like, was that a game that basically you have to think like, what is the game when somebody thinks of 2019 that's going to represent?
There is one right now. Not
no
yet.
Game of the year. I'm calling it.
What do you call it?
No game of the year.
No game of the year. Yeah.
The game of the year is none. Everybody go home.
Let me name some of these games off that came out this year. I'm going to start with Nintendo real quick. Luigi's Mansion, Link's Awakening, Astral Chain, which, had great reviews. Pokemon Sword and Shield, which just came out.
I don't know if that'll be game of the year, though.
I don't think a Pokemon game has been or will be. That's also a niche thing that a lot of people like, but it's still very niche. Fire Emblem, Three Houses, Super Mario Maker 2, which was amazing, but not game of the year amazing. Ring Fit Adventure, how about that?
Game of the year.
That?
Not a chance.
Giant ring trophies for everybody.
Gears 5, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, Kingdom Hearts 3, Shenmue 3, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, which that was an amazing game.
Wasn't that Castlevania one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's game of the year.
I don't think so.
Days Gone.
That might be
a contender.
I think Days Gone, a lot of people purchased and a lot of people liked.
Yeah.
And I haven't played it personally, so I can't really speak to it. But I think just thinking about games that people played this year or purchased, or just, I feel like Days Gone is one that could be.
Yeah, and I think that game
game of the year.
That game came out at a time where there was no other games that came out, that so many people bought it even though they knew it was sort of broken. Like, everyone's sort of done with the zombie games, but they played it and they're like, this is actually really good. And then they updated a lot of it to make it even better.
I think that could be it. Like, that could be one of the ones, if there was a top three, I would put that in my top three for game of the year.
I think there's 4, right?
Oh, I have no. I'm just saying
Yeah.
me personally. That would be in the top 3 choices, I think.
Division 2.
I didn't play it. Again, I don't
don't
know
think
much
it will
about
be.
it, but I don't think enough people played it that it would be. I'm not
So,
sure.
The next one that I'm going to say, I think might be a contender, but it had such lousy sales. Control. No?
I don't think so.
I
don't
heard such great things about it, but
I don't
it
think it
just,
sold enough, or
it didn't. Like,
not enough
it's on
people
sale
talk
right
about
now
it.
for like $25. Like,
Yeah.
they're trying to get rid of it, but I heard it's such an amazing game and a groundbreaking game. But it also has a lot of like glitchy moments, like the hub of it. Like if you like press pause and stuff, takes forever to like show things. Like not that great in that sense. Borderlands 3, I think might be a contender.
I mean, if you have to put one up there, I just think that it's just it's a Borderlands game. It wasn't anything like groundbreaking within the series. Like, it's still just the same game. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
the third iteration. So I don't know. You could put it in there as a contender, I would say, but I don't think it's gonna win. If it wins, great. But I
Yeah.
don't think in my heart of hearts it is going to win Game of the Year.
Okay. How about Untitled Goose Game?
So that's the one I was thinking of that might be an actual contender, because Untitled Goose Game is, yeah, it's like an indie or whatever title. It's not like, but it has literally defined the past couple of months of gaming.
Yeah.
It-
So many people talked about it.
And it's become like an internet sensation. It's like this huge thing, and it's actually, I downloaded it. I haven't gotten to play it yet, but it looks so fun and so ridiculous that I think that actually might be one of the top couple.
I would love for an indie game like that.
I want
where-
it to win so bad.
Yeah, I put my votes into that game.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be up there. I think that a lot of people like it. I think it's funny.
I think if an indie game would win Game of the Year, it could be Untitled Goose Game, and it would make indie game developers feel like, hey, we have a voice now.
Make
You
indie
know?
games great again.
Yeah, make indie games great again. So, what about Call of Duty Modern Warfare? We've talked about it, but Tony,
It's not going to win.
It's not gonna
No.
win, but it's gonna be like the best-selling game of the year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 2 remake.
I just don't know how they grade, like, as far as a remake.
I
If they take that into consideration, I'd say, yeah, we can put it up there as a contender.
Yeah.
But if they don't look as, like, if they look as it like, oh, it's a remake, it can't be Game of the, I don't know. I have no idea.
Death Stranding.
I don't know.
We got to wait and see.
It could be a contender. It's so early right now. What came out this week, basically.
Like a couple days ago.
Yeah. So it's I have no
I
idea.
think it will be a contender.
I think it'll be a
don't think
contender
it'll
just
win.
because of the hype around it too. I think a lot of people are going to buy it and check it out. So
How about Outer Worlds? Because I think
that's
might
gonna
be
be it. That might be my
from
top
Obsidian. You know, the makers of Fallout New Vegas, one of the best Fallouts. You know, I've only heard great things about this game, even though it's a short 3D, RPG game. There's so much replay ability with it. You can make your character intelligent and make you can essentially not have to battle anyone in a game, which is amazing. You can just talk your way out of all your battles. Or you can make your character super dumb and the game is just very funny and you have to fight everything.
I want to get this game
Yeah, I
so
do
bad.
too.
It looks fun. I've heard so much good stuff about it from people who I play games with. I think it could win
Yeah.
Game of the Year.
Last one would be the game that just came out today, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh, that might have a chance.
It might have a chance. I picked it up. I have to admit, I'm a little skeptical. It is an EA Star Wars game because of Battlefront 2.
I heard it's so different though.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that that's, what happens. And then they did make it different. But I've been looking forward to it. The story looks amazing. As a Star Wars fan, I'm just excited for another Star Wars game. So I picked it up today. I haven't, even unpackaged it yet. So I definitely want to start playing that this weekend.
I'm excited to hear what you have to say about it.
Yeah,
I think I'm going to buy it too. I heard it has some flaws.
I'm sure that
and like
it
some
does.
glitches, but at the same time, the people that are saying this played it before it came out, so I feel like a lot of it's going to be patched and it will be fixed. The small stuff that they saw will be fixed, but
Yeah, I mean the other thing is we also haven't had a
good Star Wars game since Xbox, the original Xbox.
I mean, if we really want to go, we haven't had a good Star Wars game since Battlefront 2 came out. But
Battlefront 2 wasn't a good game.
You didn't like it?
No.
I thought it was good.
Wasn't
I
a
mean,
good game.
Battlefront 1 was better, but 2 was
No,
good.
it was no. None of the Battlefronts were good. I'm
Like the
sorry.
originals?
I liked them.
I like the originals. The
For-
original Battlefronts.
For PS4?
No, for PS2 and
Oh,
Xbox,
okay.
like all
Yeah,
the way
no,
back.
No, I didn't. I have them, but I didn't play them. No.
Okay. No, so that's what I'm talking about. But like you had like this is a Jedi centered game, so I mean you had what was it, the Force
Awakens.
no, what the heck was it called? Like the Force games that were on like PS3 and Xbox 360.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of the name of them right
Fair
now.
enough.
But those were like Jedi centric, but it wasn't like, you're a Padawan and then, this is just, it was like, this looks like it's just so different and your storyline is just so different and you get to like get into being a Jedi and like picking your path and whatever. And
Yeah.
I think that this is going to be just like totally different from every other Star Wars game that's come out. And it's just going to be, I hope, this is what I'm hoping, that it's just going to be just totally different and
Yeah.
just be its own beast when you think about Star Wars games.
I think it will be. I'm putting my cards into this game that I haven't even tried, but from what I've heard, I think this will be the winner.
It could be. I don't know.
See.
We'll see how it goes. I mean, a lot of these games are coming out at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Obviously they want to release good games around the holiday season to get those sales. However, I think that, it's going to make it hard to pick right now what, the end of the year, what the game of the year is going to be when so many of them are coming out right now.
Yeah, exactly.
So many good ones.
So let's hear from our listeners that messaged us or commented on our posts on Precisely Podcast on Instagram. So the first one was Matt's_video game corner. He says, Sekiro will be up there. My personal faves this year are Fire Emblem 3 Houses and Luigi's Mansion 3. This was a fantastic year for video games, so there's no obvious winner, and I like it. ... Keeps things interesting.
Sunglasses emoji.
Yep.
My favorite. Vacant_gazing says, not going to lie, Outer Worlds. I agree. Vacant gazing. That should be a good one.
Unsealed Games says Days Gone or RE2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
good.
both of them might definitely be contenders. My boy Corey, Random Retro AM, says, wow, classic. And I said, wow, really? And he says, nothing beats auto-attacking boars. Yeah.
That's
Good luck with that one.
I know a friend who would agree that WoW Classic is her game of the year. But
Definitely not, though.
not mine.
Yeah.
A Drink It in Hand Gaming says that they're gonna go with RE2 remake.
Yeah.
Joey Jojo Jr. Shabadoo.
Yes.
Beautiful Joe, my
My
man.
boy Joe.
Definitely Contra Rogue Corpse. A true hidden gem. I don't know what that is.
It's a horrible game.
Oh.
They use the title of an amazing like Nintendo and SNES classic like shoot 'em up game, and they made it for the Switch, and it's not good. Like I checked the Metacritic, and it's like at a 52%. So he's just a jokester. Don't worry about him.
He was a good guy, though.
Lit Gaming Arena says the Outer Wilds had got to be up there, which isn't the Outer Worlds.
No, there's an indie game called The Outer Wilds, which
Okay.
is a different thing. And I'm not really, again, I didn't play it. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I
And
haven't either.
I didn't really hear much about it.
Neither have I.
But I can't remember what it was.
And I'm wondering if he just misspelled Wilds with Worlds.
I don't know. There was 2 different games.
Yeah,
there was
no.
The Outer Wilds and The Outer Worlds.
And I'm thinking maybe he meant Worlds.
Could have been. Whatever.
Maybe he thinks Wilds.
Tell us
I
you're
don't know.
wrong, or tell us,
Oh, he'll let me know.
tell me you're right, or
Yeah.
whatever. Either way, there are 2 games, and both of them have had good reviews for the year.
Yes.
So, last we have Dash of Daniel, just a little sprinkle of Daniel.
Yep.
Resident Evil 2 is a serious contender, which
Agreed.
it seems like a lot of people are saying, that, and it sounds like I'm not a Resident Evil fan, but it sounds like it's been really good. So if they take that into consideration, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Oh,
We will see.
time will tell.
So that about wraps up this episode 35 of Precisely Podcast. Thank you guys for listening in. Thank you for the comments on Instagram. We do have shirts and sweatshirts for sale. Just look up Precisely Podcast on eBay. We reduce the prices by $5 for both things, so you can buy them for cheap now.
And you can buy some for your family because the holidays are coming up.
Absolutely.
They make great Christmas presents.
Hoodie
And the-
season.
Gamer.
And it's hoodie season for sure.
I gotta
So,
get my hoodie on. I
you
gotta
do.
buy one.
I got one. It's amazing.
I gotta buy
love
one
it.
so I can rock it. It's getting cold over here.
Super comfy. We do have a Patreon. Nobody's joined yet, so don't worry about it. But if you want to, it's patreon.com/precisely.
Let us guilt trip you into it.
We'll give you stickers. We'll send you out some stickers. You get to join our Discord where you can talk to us directly, give us some ideas on beer, video games, whatnot. And we do have that giveaway for the limited edition Sega Saturn controller that we mentioned the secret code that I forget already. So message us at Precisely Podcast on Instagram. DM us the secret code that I forgot.
But won't know if you got it right or not because
No, you'll remind me once you message me. The first person that messages me, I'll be like, yeah, that's probably right. And then
I
the
got
second
it.
person that
I got it. Don't
messages
worry.
me the same word, I'll be like, oh, yeah, that's it. All right, cool.
There you go.
I've had 3 beers now. So either way, thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you all. We out.
We out.
We out.